Hello again. I'm going to make a Greek salad. It has lovely fresh flavours and it's really nice on a hot day. It's also a good thing to make if you've got a child off school who'd like to give you a hand. So you don't need many ingredients, but this is what we're going to do. Now I'm going to make enough for 2 people, so I've got about 8 little tiny tomatoes that I'm going to cut in half. I've washed them and they're going to go in the bowl first, simply because that means that it starts to look colourful straight away. So use a bridge, encourage a little person to be safe, and if you've got bigger tomatoes, just cut them more times so that you get what is equivalent to just little pieces of tomato. Now to that we add some cucumber, and I've taken off the dried slice, the first bit, and I'm going to use that much. That's sort of not quite the length of my knife blade, it's like 2/3 the length of my knife blade. Lose that piece, and then what we do with our cucumber is, again with a bridge, cut it in half from top to bottom. And we don't want the seeds because they make everything very wet, so we take a teaspoon and we just simply put it under the seeds at the far end and drag it towards us, and out they come. And do the same with the other piece, so just scoop out the seeds with a teaspoon. You can go back and scoop a couple more times if you need to. And then again with a bridge we cut it into long sticks and then go across the ends of the sticks and cut them into smallish chunks so they're a similar size to the tomatoes. There we are, that all goes in. Now the next thing is black olives. I've drained some black olives and they're really good for colour. Obviously they grow in Greece as well, so they're relevant, but they just brighten up the colour in your salad. So you could cut those into halves or smaller pieces, and I've got about 10 of these for 2 people. So you can adapt the quantities according to your tastes and how many people you're going to make this for. So there they go. And the next thing is the feta cheese. Now I've got these little tiny rectangles of feta, and for 2 people I'm going to use 3 of these. If you have a block, you might want to choose to use probably half of your block. And it's always easier to get them out and line them up and then cut across. If you're doing it with a child, it's quite fun just to crumble it actually, but it does get a bit messy. So it's up to you as to how you do this. I'm going to just turn the board slightly, go down there, there we are, and that's our feta, made from sheep's and cow's milk as well. Now, to this we're going to add some red onion, and that's obviously far too much, so I'm going to just take probably 1/4 or slightly less than 1/4 of a red onion. And you use a red onion because it's not quite so strong as a yellow one. So papery layers off, and then slices with a bridge, quite fine slices if you can, and then down again to get long sticks of onion. And then it should break up quite nicely as you go across it, and you should get quite small pieces of onion. The piece that got away. So that goes in. And you give it a stir at this point, and you'll see how colourful it is. The tomatoes really make it look quite bright, colourful. And the next thing we're going to do is put some mint in there. Now I've washed this, it's out of the garden, and I'm going to pull the leaves off the stem and stack them up on top of each other. Now we're going to roll this up. Roll it up into a long, narrow tube. Take your knife and cut really thin slices. And when it breaks apart, you will have really, really thin shredded ribbons of mint. Do it with the other one. Some of the mints are flavoured, like chocolate mint or pineapple mint. I wouldn't choose one of those if I were you. If you've got a plain, ordinary mint, that's the best sort to have. And that really gives it a zingy flavour. And again, with this, you can put in as much or as little as you like. Right, so there's our mint. That goes in. I'll give it all another stir in a minute. And all we add to that next is a drizzle of olive oil. And some pepper. Stir it again. And how easy was that? It's done. Perfect with cold meats, perfect with whatever you like. All right? So Greek salad. Have a go. Like, share, subscribe and all that kind of stuff. Hope you like it.